rationalize it out or even put it onto the side, because sometimes those stupid things are just the things that might jumpstart you, catapult you, and propel you into the place that you are supposed to be. And then when you look back to see, how the hell did I get here? You know what? It was that stupid thing. So go on out there and do something stupid. You may need it.
So y'all hear me over here bopping, right? I'm bopping. I'm bopping. Yes, yes, I'm bopping. I'm bopping. I'm bopping. Okay. So, welcome back. welcome back to another episode of the Ingrid Pink podcast. Okay, it is thunderstorming out here in on the East Coast. It is thunderstorming in luscious and beautiful Ohio. So if you hear that, that's what that is. I am next to a window, so it might do that. So if you hear that, that's what that is. Sorry for the thunderstorms. I wanted to get this out to you guys. Make sure that you have this. Today, we are gonna, now you guys know how I roll with the notes. Okay, because I want to make sure I stay on task. Y'all know I have verbiage. I have words. So I want to make sure that we stay on task. This is where we explore the unconventional paths to success and personal growth. You guys know that I talk about different stuff. And some of it is, straightforward. It's the way to be able to get you there. Other things are just like, they all the way to the left field. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But I want to give you other ways to be able to explore and get to where you want to be. Right? So that's what we're doing over here at the Ingrid Pink podcast. But today we are going to, let me tell you who I am. I'm sorry. I am Ingrid Pinkett. I am the host of the Ingrid Pink podcast. And I enjoy this. I do this for fun. This is a outlet for me. And I am also the owner of the Ingrid Pink Network, our co-owner of RMC Exclusive, IR Pinkett Professional Services, Career Enterprises, and Career Properties. So that is who I am in a nutshell, all of that. And we are going to be diving, I'm excited today because we are going to be diving into the fascinating and somewhat humorous topic of the stupid thing that changed everything. So I'm going to talk about embracing the unexpected path to success. So we'll talk about that. Okay. As you heard in the beginning, a little bit before this, after the intro, you heard my little blurb. I come up with these topics. I have all of these little blurbs that I say my little blurbs to myself and I record them. I have about 20 or 30 of these. And so I go back and I listen to them, and whatever it is that touched me that day, depending on what it was, that's what I make the podcast out of. So you guys, I'm telling you, these, I go through them and I listen to them again and I think about what was going on during that time that I was doing that. And it's usually something that pertains to, of course, my life and what is happening in the current realm of the world right now, or at least in my world and the US of A. But this one I thought was so funny. I had to do this one today. I've been having last week was a little bit rough, you guys, but this week has been so amazing. It's starting off as an amazing and awfully good week. And so I thought I would do something a little bit more lighthearted. I have some ventures going on and some things that I'm doing. So I thought that I would help and bring this to you guys. So, we all encounter in life some of those things that seem like crazy. They're absurd. They're things that they don't make no sense. They're nonsensical things. Some stuff is just downright stupid. You like, how the heck how the heck did I get here doing that? And sometimes those moments can come and they can hold the key to how you progress and get success, right? So some of those things that you think are stupid can actually propel you into the place where you want to be. Isn't that strange? I've definitely had that happen. I have done some stuff and I'm like, okay, I don't know why I did that. That didn't make no sense. And that was totally out of the thing and it was stupid. But you know what? It happened to be the exact thing that I was supposed to do, which was crazy to me. Just crazy. So let's talk about the nature of stupid things. Okay? Let's understand what that nature of stupid things is. So stupid things are inherently absurd. Just think about it. They don't make sense. There's no point to them. They defy logic and often they make us laugh because of their just sheer ridiculousness. I mean, you like, what the heck? What was I thinking when I did that? You're trying to rationalize this in your mind, but there is no rationalization for that. It just doesn't make any sense. But there is this thing is that they're not supposed to be rationalized. That's what they are. They are the stupid things that don't make sense. And just think about it. Because stupid things don't have a rhyme and a reason, they're spontaneous. Sometimes they can be embarrassing and often hilarious. They break the monotony of everyday life and they remind us not to take ourselves and things that happen in life too seriously. Don't be so serious about every single thing. So like when I came on and I was boop, 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 dancing to my theme music, it's like, it was a release and a joy because I knew that this topic was going to be fun and funny. I even changed my nails for this topic to be fun and funny and cute and spontaneous and kind of off the wall a little bit. You're thinking about, now I can work with these, you guys, but I did have somebody say, you work with those? I sure can, absolutely can. But just thinking about everything that I do and how I do it, this would be out of the ordinary, but this is the kind of amazing, spectacular week that I have had so far that I was just like, you know what? Let me go ahead and just throw that out there. Let me throw these into the mix as an unexpected thing. So that's what I did. And I felt like these colors spoke to me, right? So like I said, when you do those things that are way to the left or way to the right, a lot of times you don't know what's going to unfold from that. But just think about that. They're not meant to be rationalized. They are trying to rationalize something that is stupid. Is like trying to fit that square peg in that round hole like we talked about. We talked about that on a previous episode. Again, this is a square peg in a round hole. That's my favorite. That's my favorite thing. Ever since I heard that many years ago, I run with that when I think about things. And so they're not supposed to make sense. That is perfectly okay. It's in their very nature because it's a stupid thing to be irrational. That's how it's supposed to be because that is what that stupid thing, the stupid thing is not supposed to make sense. It's not supposed to make sense. Sometimes, definitely not to anybody else if they see it as a stupid thing, but sometimes to ourselves, it does not make sense. And that's okay too. Embrace that, run with that, do what you will with that. Okay. A stupid thing is just that. It's supposed to make you feel good. That's what it's supposed to do. sometimes trying to sometimes the actions may not make you feel good immediately. So if you do something that maybe is embarrassing, maybe it doesn't make you feel good immediately. Maybe it's something that you're uncomfortable about. Okay? Maybe it's something you're uncomfortable about. But you know what? What if you trip over your shoe and you're getting ready to fall, and your future husband or your prince charming, he catches you? If you hadn't have tripped, and totally knowing you going down and you're about to be completely embarrassed, if he hadn't have catched you, if he hadn't have caught you, you would not have interacted or connected with this person so that they could ask you out on a date, blah, 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 and keep going from there. Does that make sense? Sometimes those stupid things bring you the things that you want into your life. Those embarrassing moments, those unusual circumstances, the things that make everybody else laugh around you, but they're not making you laugh. Sometimes that's what you need at that moment. Sometimes watching somebody else laugh about something stupid that you have talked about or did or said, sometimes that can take hearing everybody else laugh will start to make you laugh, and you will start to see that how you are making a mountain out of a molehill. You'll start to see that for yourself. Discomfort, embarrassment, even regret is a part of those stupid things that we do. But it's this discomfort that pushes us. It pushes us out of our comfort zone and leads us to growth. It lets us know that didn't break us. Just because this crazy thing happened, it didn't send you into a place of not. It sends you into a place of acceleration, of growth, of expansion. So it sent you that place. That's a good thing. You want to hold on to that. You want to run with that. Don't forget the absurdity can absurdity. I don't know why I got the word right there. Can be funny. Absurdity can be funny. So and let's not forget that the absurdity of stupid things can be incredibly funny. It can be, come on now, you guys know that we laugh when we're seeing stuff on social media, when we laugh at everyday things that happen in life, and we see it all the time. And there's such a plethora of stuff now between Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Threads, all of those. X, formerly known as Twitter, but we see them all the time. And sometimes you need that laugh. You need to watch something else that somebody does. But have you ever thought about maybe participating in some of that? I know for me, I like to do on my TikTok page, I like to do voiceovers. I like to say funny things. And I realize I'm kind of good at it. I can listen to something a couple of times, get the personality of the person that said it, and then I can make it my own and go ahead and just mouth it exactly the way that they did it, because it resonates with me. And I do that to have fun. It's not meant to do anything else except for it makes me laugh. So I figured it would make somebody else laugh. So sometimes when we do those things, but it's also, sometimes we do those things that leads to something else. I also get content out of that, right? So I'm able to be exposed to other people that may not know anything about me through just having fun, being stupid, doing something funny or absurd, right? So embrace the humor in the absurdity. Embrace it. Don't try to fight it or go against it. Embrace it. When we react to stupid things, how So how should we react when we encounter or engage in stupidness? Right? How do you think? I'm going to say don't overthink it. Definitely don't overthink it. First and foremost, that's the over analyzing and an absurd action can lead to some unnecessary stress and confusion. Why are you analyzing something that is stupid and absurd? Even if it's something that you don't agree with, you think it's stupid and absurd. You don't think it's funny, but you do think it's stupid. But okay, think it's stupid and it doesn't apply and let it roll off of you like water off a duck's back. Don't worry about it anymore. Don't overanalyze it. Don't try to pick it apart. Don't try. If you think it's stupid and it sounds stupid, it looks stupid, it's absurd to you, honey, don't give it energy. Don't give it any energy. Just let it go. Let it go. Let it roll on past you. You don't need that. Remember, sometimes absurd things and stupid, they're not supposed to make sense. They're just supposed to be. And maybe what you hear or what you see or anything like that coming from the outside in, they know that it's absurd and that it's stupid, and it may not appeal to everybody at every time. So if it doesn't appeal to you, let it roll on. It don't have anything to do with you, right? So just let it roll on. Don't try to justify it. Don't try to rationalize it. You either accept it for what it is, a moment of irrationality, or sometimes the best response is to just shrug it off and move on. Don't dwell on it. Dwelling on it is not going to help at all. And acknowledging it and then setting it aside, acknowledging it, of course, because you want to acknowledge what you saw as being absurd, as being irrational, as saying, that's not something that I want. I didn't think that was funny. I do acknowledge that, but I didn't think that was very funny. Or how does that apply to the situation I'm talking about? At that point, don't hold on to that, because if you hold on to that, you can prevent you from seeing the benefits that thing might bring, because you're thinking about it so much. If at that moment you don't see what you need to get out of that, push it over to the side. Because you know what? There's a possibility that at that moment, it's not meant for you, but that doesn't mean that once you sit back or it comes up again at a different time, that could be the exact moment that it makes sense to you, that you get what that stupid thing or irrational thought or absurdity that you heard, or even something that you did. You can go back to that, and then in your mind you're like, crap, I didn't get that then, but I do now. Pooey, right? And so your outlook is different on it. Let's talk about the surprising benefits of these seemingly nonsensical actions. Where do they fit into anything? If you think about it, stupid things can actually be a catalyst for a change. They can shake up the status quo and force us to focus and grow. It can force us to focus, adapt, and then grow. They push us out of our comfort zone. They push us into new and unexplored territories. If you are falling, if you are tripping, if something else is happening, you don't know what's going to happen after that. At that moment, say you stupidly did not leave on time for work, and you're just bothered by that. And you're down on yourself and you're thinking, how could I? But then you think about it, and then you look at the news and realize that earlier that day, there was a major accident. So the fact that you decided to do something stupid and maybe go back or absurd, you know that you do the same thing every morning, but you, for whatever reason, you're like, you know what, did I really do that? I'm not, my mind is not, I was discombobulated this morning, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to check. And that prevented you from being in that accident. So think about those things. They propel you forward. They can propel you. They can. Some things are there to teach you something, to teach you something. And we got to know the lesson in some stupid and absurd things as well. When you propel to where you are meant to be, these actions, those things catapult you. Sometimes that seemingly ridiculous decision can lead to unexpected opportunities and paths that you wouldn't have discovered otherwise. There are so many paths that I have taken that I know if I didn't step out, there's things that I would not have done, places that I would not be, things like that. If I did not, to what everybody else seemed like an irrational choice, it was stupid, it didn't make no sense. They were like, how could you do that? But I just did it anyway. And because I did it anyway, I'm where I am now, living the life that has been designed for me. So sometimes going against the norm and doing, those actions that people think are stupid, or even yourself, when you sit back, sometimes when we make decisions, we sit back at them and we're thinking, that don't even make sense to me. But why does it feel like I should be doing that? But it just don't make sense. And we talk ourselves out of that irrational action, or that stupid thing, like I call it. We talk ourselves out of it. Don't talk yourself out that next stupid thing. Go do that. Because you know what? When you do that stupid thing, it's going to take you to a place you haven't been. You're going to have an experience that you did not know you needed to have. Trust me when I tell you, I have learned so much doing stupid things. When I look back at it, all of those things brought me to where I am now. If I hadn't did those things, I would not be doing what I'm doing now. Think about that. How much better could your life be? How much more further could you have gotten if you would have took the path that was undiscovered, as opposed to taking the path of the norm, of the comfortable, of the usual? Okay? So looking back, you may realize that stupid things were responsible for getting you to a better place. One irrational decision might have been the spark that ignited a series of positive events. Think about that. Think about the things that you have done, that just think about one thing that you thought was just, you didn't know where that thought came from. You had no idea, or you don't know how you ended up in that circumstance, because that was irrational, stupid, didn't make no sense, and you were in the middle of it. And then after you got out of it, all kinds of other stuff started happening, and you was like, wait a minute, that didn't make sense to me. How did I end up that way? Excuse me, let me take a sip of my little drink here. Courtesy of Korean Enterprises, my glass. With my glass straw, y'all. Okay, let me put my little tea down now. And I'll be talking a lot just to get thirsty, honey. So how do we embrace the things that don't make sense? How do we embrace the absurd stuff? So I'm going to say to you, and I'm going to challenge you Go out and do something stupid. Now hold on now. I didn't say dangerous. I said stupid. Go out and do something, take a risk. Make a silly decision and see where it leads you. You might find that doing this act is exactly what you needed to make progress. So if you were saying, I'm going to go out and I'm going to date myself, or I'm going to go out and I'm going to go skydiving, or I'm going to go out and I'm going to go to another country and I'm going to plan my own trip and I'm going to go and I'm going to do this. Go on out there and do that. Go out skydiving. Go bungee jumping. Go bowling. If you ain't never been bowling and you are like, I ain't never bowled, I'm going out there looking like a bull. Go do it. Go do something that you haven't done. I moved across the other side of the country. I ain't did that before. So go out and do that thing. You never know what doors that will open for you and how that might change your life, or how it might get you over a fear you have because you did that thing and you realized it was not as bad as you thought it was going to be. Now, the thought of it before was absurd to you. It was crazy. You weren't doing nothing like that. You can't do, I ain't doing that. That's not me. Do something just the opposite of yourself. Go do something that nobody would ever thought that you would do. Go do that thing. You deserve that. Stupid things gonna propel you forward. Remember, you need that stupid thing to make progress. Embrace the absurdity and don't be afraid to take unconventional paths. There are many paths to get to the same place. The path that you take is the path for you. You don't have to get there the way everybody else does. Go do that stupid thing and don't do that. Because let me tell you something, the journey may be unpredictable, but the results can be extraordinary. Extraordinary. They can propel you and take you to a place that you never thought that you would be. Go do that. Whatever that looks like for you. That path is yours to take. Something that is extraordinary. I challenge you this week to one thing that is outside of your comfort zone. I'm telling you that for me, doing what I'm doing right now, doing this podcast out of my comfort zone, never thought that I would be thoroughly excited and wanting to plan out. It takes me at least a couple of hours to even come up with which theme I want to do. And then it takes me another few hours to put everything together. And then it takes me about an hour and a half to go ahead and edit this for you and all of that. But you know what? The joy, you see, I do it every week now. The joy that I get out of this. And now I'm on camera. This was out of the ordinary. I thought this was going to be absurd. I was like, no, we just going to stay behind the scenes for a minute. But people are like, we want to see your expression. I got some comments. I want to see your expression. I want to see your passion behind what you're saying. Because I'm as you guys, if you are watching me, you're seeing me, I'm animated. And so because I'm passionate about this. But for me, this was an absurd thing. This was not something that I was thinking about. This was not, there were several different ways I could do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but I was not thinking about doing this, at least not in this format, especially not by myself. If you don't know, I was on a podcast with someone else and we were doing it together. And I was like, okay, if I get back to that, then yes. But to be here and I'm holding my own, that wasn't in my plans. But you know what? I took the challenge, and I'm glad that I did. I am having so much fun doing this. I'm having fun interacting behind the scenes with you guys. I am enjoying what I'm doing. And it is showing me that if I can do that one absurd, extraordinary, stupid thing, I can do it as systematic as I am about everything, and I can break the norm. I can do something different. I can jump in. So can you. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of stupidity and its potential benefits. Remember, life doesn't always have to make sense. Sometimes the most irrational actions can lead to the most remarkable outcomes. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please follow me. Don't forget to subscribe. Please follow me, the Ingrid Pinkett Network, on all of my socials. They are all listed somewhere around here, but it's Facebook, Instagram, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, and you're either looking for Ingrid Pink, Ingie Pink, or you are looking for the Ingrid Pinkett Network. So you right over here on the side, I'm gonna scoot over so I can put my socials up here for you. Please take a look at those. Take a look at those for me. And go ahead, and these are what they look like. Go ahead and follow me on all of those socials so that you can stay in the know and just watch everything that I'm doing and how I'm doing it and the fun that I'm having with life. And I do some interesting things on a lot of those. So please make sure that you go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. If no one has told you today, I'm telling you, you are awesome. I will talk to you next time. Bye.